Are we meeting anywhere in specific?
No, wherever. Um, let me see here really quick. We'll wait for let me come in here, and then we'll wait for let me come in here, and then we'll wait for yeah. Let's see here. Okay. Yeah. Done. So few of you haven't been in here before, so it's gonna. A few of you have been pretty deep into the fight, so I'm just gonna kind of lay it out. Initially, we'll get our our partners and whatnot. Then we're just gonna go. For Vic in mind, I'm teaching True North, for Wall. Relative.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So, first things first, I'm go ahead and place down the initial marker. Vic, we're gonna swap stuff. I'll take. Do you want first, or I'll just take first? I'll take first. You can take second. So I need tanks, healers, or sorry, tanks north, south, healers east, west, and then I need DPS in the corners. So whichever side you want, Zeta.
I'll go west.
And then you'll be east. Okay, can I have you swap spots with Savvy?
Okay.
You're getting the responsibility today, Haga. So.
Oh boy, here I go.
Let me see here. Reed, how far have you been in? You've been in here with me before, right? A while ago. Never done it. Okay, perfect. I'll be fine then. So, these are our clock positions. So, like, the first things that'll happen is there's gonna be some cleaving that's gonna go on. You just kind of listen for the call out where you need to go, kind of thing. And then we'll be moving out, standard stuff. And we're gonna need to move to our clock positions to bait shadows. So we would go out in our clock positions. Like, if I'm southeast, for instance, I would run out here and bait my shadow. Once I get cleaved, I just start moving into the group, and then that's probably about where we'll get, and then I'll explain more. So these markers are your clock positions. So so I'm just gonna buff up, and then we're gonna go. And if there's any questions at any point in time, feel free to ask. I'd rather you ask a question than be quiet and not know what's going on. So, we'll do a rate check first, and then we'll put 20. Yep. By the way, Vic, I don't know if I've said yet, but congratulations. Vic, you guys line up to join us. Making me proud, you know.
Someone's gotta try.
Legend.
What's that?
From Sprout to Legend.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I watched you grow up, you know. So we got Ray Boy coming out. So it's gonna cleave one side of the arena. We're going south to C. Tails up, so if his head was up, leaving away from the shadow. So we're moving out. Make sure you move out. Yep. And then we're going to be on the B side. We're over on the B side. Make sure you're at B. Okay. Don't that too much. Now we're going out. Actually, hold up. I'm going to take a tank buster. Moment here. 1, 2, 4. Leave on Vic. Okay. So next thing's coming up. So everyone to your clock positions, and we're gonna be running out in our clocks and dropping our shadows. So go drop your shadow. Oh fuck. Close. So stack up. Ones get out of the stack. So ideally you want to be south, but I kind of fucked up. So 2's out, 1's go in, and 3's out, 2's go in. So we'll be crossing in a moment here, and go ahead and cross.
There you go.
Sorry for that shadow jank. 3, 4. Yep. Thing will be coming up is we're stacking in south. Everyone stack south.
Yeah, it's like on me.
I don't.
I can't move.
Oh my god. I'm shocked you lived, Tyga. You had that res immunity, hell yeah. So next thing is, I think it's tanks healers. Yeah, tanks healers, you're gonna want to point these clockwise, or you'll be cleaving your left hand side. Go to the other side, Santana. Over to D. Yeah. Everyone come here with me. Real tight, real tight. This is the problem if everyone doesn't die at one point. So we're going on the D side, or B side, sorry. Oh fuck, this is clock still. I'm fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Whoops. Hey, it's okay, right? We're chilling, right? Yeah.
We want to keep going.
Pop your knockback. Gonna run into the wall. Now we're gonna die. Quick. Yep.
Oh, yeah, we're dead. And then I think I'm gonna try to get too.
Woo! So, I'm gonna rewind that a bit because there was a lot happening, and I'm gonna take it back to when Richard clock. So, when we go to our clocks, we'll be out, and what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna basically run out. We'll get cleaved, then we want to move in to south of the boss, right? So we'll move south of the boss, and we're basically going to be taking turns in like a stack marker. right? So how you tell what turn you're taking in the stack marker is when your shadow gets dropped, it's going to have like a dot above its head, or it's going to have two dots above its head, or 3 dots. The 2 and the 3 are delayed, but basically when you drop your shadow, make sure you move south and watch above your shadow's head how many dots it has. Oh, excuse me, how many dots it has. And based on which dot it has, it basically tells you what turn you need to be in that stack for and which turn you need to be out. If you have that dot on your head, or sorry, if you're in for the second bit, you're going to die kind of thing, like if you have 2 dots. So there'll be 3 stack explosions basically, and if you're in for those, then you're gonna die. So for example, I had 1 dot above my shadow's head. So what I did was, everyone was stacking. I ran to the side a bit so I wasn't in the stack marker. When that explosion went off, I moved back into the group, and then that's when the 2 dots would have moved out to make sure they didn't die, right? And when that second explosion goes off, you the 3s will go out, and then the 2s will come back. Does that part make sense? If it doesn't,
Kind
then...
of.
Okay. We can see it a few more times, but that's kind of the general idea of that. The other thing to note with those shadows is if you get too close to your shadow, it's going to cleave and it will kill you. 99% of the time it will kill you. So just something to be aware of, that shadow will be there, and if you get too close to your own, it's not a good time. You can get close to other people's and they won't cleave you as long as they're not close to it, but
How do you know how many stack markers you're taking depending on the dots above you? Like, for example, mine had no dots, so do I take all the hits?
yeah. If you actually have no dots, you will be in there for... There's going to be 2 people. There's going to be 1 person with a stack marker that doesn't have any dots, and there's going to be 1 person that just doesn't have any dots and is just in there. The other 6 people will have dots, so there's going to be 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s. And like I said as well, the 1s pop up right away. The 2s and 3s are delayed a bit, so you kind of have to keep an eye on it. But yeah, that's kind of how you tell.
And when you have the dots, you have to move away from the group until it explodes and then move back in.
Yeah, depending on which one you are, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you're the first explosion and you're the first dot, you want to be out for that first explosion. If it's the second explosion and your second dot, you want to be out for that explosion. But you want to be in for the first and third if you're second, right? Basically, you match the dots with which explosion, and you don't go in for that explosion.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Anyway.
So, like, if you're 3, you're in for all the explosions except for the last one?
Yep, that's correct.
Okay, got it.
And then after that, we just all stack south. And then when the shadows teleport to us, we just cross the boss going north. And they'll all cleave south, and we're not going to get hit. But yeah, we'll pull again. Okay, so we're going opposite again. We're over at D. D. And then we're moving out and a boot. We're going to be on the A side. Make sure you're north at A. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking a tank buster. I'm just going to invul in this. 1, 2, 4. Has it. And Vic is taking a buster. So after all these, there's going to be a tank cleave or a party stack. Just everyone to your clock positions and get ready to drop your shadow. I drop your shadow down. Come on south. Stack with the Dorito. Watch your number.
Well, I got 1 dot, so I should.
You stack with the group. You have the stack. Stack with the group. One's out. Do not stack with my shadow.
Yeah, you're gonna wall.
Yeah, just wall it. That's fine. Yeah, if you have the stack marker like you did, you will not have a dot. So the dot you saw was not yours, I guess. The other thing too, if you have the stack marker, do not stack it on somebody else's shadow because you will kill them. Because basically the shadows have 1 hit point. And if they die, then whoever they're tethered to dies as well.
Really?
Yeah, that's...
I didn't even know that.
What? You didn't know that?
No.
That's how I died, dude. I don't know if we found that out while we were progging, but... But yeah. We can go again. See, you learn something new every day, mind you.
Yeah.
Thinking you can put a shadow in there? No, not. It's specifically like only the stack marker, I think, that can trigger it too. So because I don't think there's anything else that can hit them. So basically, you could kill your teammate during that and the... We're going south to see. You could kill you and your... We're moving out. My brain's not working. I don't know what's happening. Fuck. God damn it. What the hell is wrong with me? We're going on the D side. D, 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 D. D, 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 D. Yeah. So, next thing's coming up. I'm Tank Buster. 2, 4. Yep, there's a cleave on Vic again. Yep. Now everyone to your clock positions. We're going to be baiting our shadows now. Go ahead and bait your shadow. And then everyone stack south at C. Watch your number. European, yeah. 1's out. 2's out, 1's in. And then 3's out, 2's in. And then get ready to cross north, I'll let you know. Cross. Job. Yep. Vic's gonna be taking a tank buster here. Then ball up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cleave on me. I'm just mitigating. Yeah. So next thing is the clock things. You basically are spraying these around the boss. Tank Sealer's your first. It's going to be cleaving its right hand side, so counterclockwise. You're in the right spot, Zantana. I can explain this after, but... and then we move in. DPS, get ready. DPS, you will be spreading these in the you're cleaving left, so clockwise. Other side of Freet. Go south of Freet. Okay, we're probably just dead, but we got hit by 2.
Oh, I went to the wrong spot.
We pop your knockback for using it. I'll talk about that though. That's technically the first quote unquote pull-ish. And then it's this shit coming up. So group 2 would be taking B.
No, I tried to take one.
Okay. So, I'll talk about those cleaves now. Yeah, that picture is right. I can post the one again because it's pretty good. Yeah, that one's fine. Well, I'm going to show the arrows a bit better. So if you're looking in generate strats, so basically what's going to happen is you're going to get this arrow behind you, or however you want to, the shadow behind you, or look at it different ways. The idea behind the mechanic is what'll happen is the boss is going to raise up either his left or right arm. Now, what'll end up happening is you're going to be, your shadow is essentially raising up your left or right arm. The boss does it. So if the boss raises its right arm, then you're technically raising your right arm and you're going to be cleaving your right side, right? Based on where the shadow is. So, let's say I have a shadow that's facing north and south. That means I'm going to be on the east or west side, right? So, let's say it's cleaving right and my shadow is facing behind me. Like, my shadow is the 3 marker. So my shadow is the 3 marker. I'm cleaving the right hand side. I want to be on the east side of the arena, right? Because if I'm cleaving right, that means it's going to cleave out here, and I'm making a box or like a safe zone in the center for everyone else, right? Now, if it were cleaving left and I had the marker behind me like this, right? I would go to the D side, right? Because I'll be cleaving my left. So I'll cleave everything that's over at D, basically, right? Making the middle safe. Meanwhile, the other 3 people will have something similar where you'll be cleaving the same side, but your marker or your shadow is the indicator of where you need to go stand, right? So, how I personally, when we were progging initially, like fucking a year ago, I thought it as a way of like, I thought of this like, oh, the boss is cleaving its left hand side, right? So that means we just had to point the arrows clockwise around the boss because we use true north. Or if the boss is cleaving the right hand side, you're counterclockwise. Now, if the clockwise counterclockwise thing doesn't make sense to you, don't try to understand it. It probably won't. It's kind of, you either get the clockwise counterclockwise thing or you just won't get it. And the other way is just think about it as left or right, what side am I cleaving, and then kind of go to that side based on where your shadow is. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Is there any questions on that?
Only show and tell.
Okay, perfect. The other thing, since we're getting close to it, I need to assign light parties. So what'll happen is Zantana, Haga, and I believe Phoenix, you're group 1. Mine, Savvy, and Efri, you're group 2. So when you see those orbs pop up, just follow your number and take you to where you need to go. And if they don't, then that's on them.
Blame
Okay.
them.
Kinda get a
Yeah, if
refresher
they're
on-
wrong, then they're wrong. But we'll talk about
Later.
that after when we get to it.
Okay.
20 on the clock. What was that, Haga? Sorry.
We should probably do the priorities. Are we doing east,
North,
west, or
south,
north, south?
Okay. I think I got it.
and then group 1 is north, west, and group 2 is southeast. I'll talk about that more when we get to it again. There was a while there where I was teaching this fight, and I kept switching it. Where it was like east-west priority or north-south priority, and it was like a weekly thing with me. Because like, we're on B, away from the shadow. How you tell is if his tail's up and you go opposite side, we're moving out. If his head's up and you go close to him. Why am I being like this? What's my GCD? We're going to be south. C. Leave on Vic. We're in our clocks, dropping our shadows. Sorry, that was a bit late. But... And then stack south. Watch your numbers. Ones get out. One's in, two's out. Two's out, or two's in, three's out. And then everyone get ready to cross. And we go ahead and we cross.
Oh my god, your macro.
Buster on deck. 1, 2, 4. What's gonna happen here? I have a stack marker. We're gonna stack. You're Vic. And Vic would die. So, next thing you're gonna have here is you want to get to the corners of the boss. Or sorry, no, this is this. Fuck, I forgot about this. Tanks healers, you're first. Tanks healers, you're cleaving your right hand side, so counterclockwise. Come in a bit tight, guys, if you can. Like right here with me. Yep. DPS, you're next. Try to watch DPS here. DPS, you're cleaving your left hand side, so clockwise. Other side, Phoenix, go north. Come on in. Yep. So next thing is you're gonna want to go into the corners or get ready to pop your arm's length shirt cast. If you're using that, pop it now. Otherwise, get close to the boss. Yep. Perfect. Now get ready to follow your party. And then for Haga, just go opposite mine basically. Mine is north.
No, south.
Yep, everyone's in a good spot. Good job. Make sure you're staying with your group. Good job. Alright, so next thing is, this is true north by the way, mine Vic. So I'm gonna count to 5 basically, or 4, and then I'm gonna call a letter. It's gonna be A or C. We basically go to that side with our party. 1, 2, 3, 4, C, and then go to your side with your party.
Oh.
Oh, this is very not good.
Your fault. Your fault.
Yeah,
Okay.
I misheard the AOC.
Hey, we're making progress.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So. How to explain all of it. So orbs basically, I'll talk about those really quick, just the base ones, and then I'll talk about wall orbs. So they work on, if you see a purple orb, that's a tank buster, right? So the tanks are gonna take their own. The DPS and the healers, you're gonna be with your light party stacks. And you're gonna be going to those like 3 glowing orbs. They're proximity based, so they just shoot to whoever's closest. So you want to be like with your party essentially. So you could have something like excuse me, sorry. You could have something like we had. Oh my god, hiccups. You could have something like we had where it was like tank orbs at A, tank orbs at B, right? And then you had stack orb at C, stack orb at D, right? So after that, you base it off of a priority system. In this group, we're doing group 2 has priority on south first, and then group 1 has priority on north, right? And then east and west kind of thing. So basically, if there's a tank orb north at A, that means group 2 has to, or group 1 has to look to see where their orb is, right? So like if we have a tank orb at A and then a party orb down here, that means group 1 would be going to B kind of thing, right? Because group 2's priority is south first, right? So basically you focus on what your priority is, so like north and then east. And then if you don't have an orb there, you kind of have to cross, essentially. It sounds a lot harder than it is. I'm probably not explaining it the best, but
So
yeah.
Group 1's priority is
What's up?
sorry. Group 1's priority is A, then B, then D.
No. Group 1's priority is A and then D. So
Okay.
north and then west.
All right.
You want to focus northwest first as group A, or sorry, group 1, and if you're group 2, it's south and east.
All right.
Now, when we're talking about wall orbs, it's the same thing, only you're focused on how you're lining up. So, for example, what we had was we had tank orb, group orb, tank orb, group orb, right? So we would line up in the same way, right? So tank 1, which was me, would come over here, get in line with my orb, take it. Group 1 would come in line with their orb, take that. Tank 1 or tank 2, and then group 2, right? Same thing as if it's north. Basically, you're lining up the same kind of order-ish, just based on where the orbs are. So you could have tank orb, group orb, or some shit like that. And you just have to remember that if you're group 1, you're going to be either the most north or the most west for the group orbs, right? And the same thing for group 2, is you're either going to be the most south or the most east for group orbs. But yeah. Are there any questions
Well,
on...
in that case, I would have been on 4, not on 3.
No.
No?
No, your priorities east.
Yeah, your priorities east.
Okay.
Oh, 2 is C and B, and 1 is A and D priority.
Yeah, for the base one. Wall orbs get weird, but wall orbs, honestly, wall orbs is the first quote-unquote real wall in this fight. It's kind of like if you get past that, you just see the next 5 minutes of the fight, and then there's a wall, and then if you get past that wall, you see the last like 3 minutes before this next mechanic. Then it's like usually a hard wall, but Yeah. But we can go again.
Can you refresh your food if you were using it?
On the clock. Sorry. To answer the person in the chat, it is from Uwu. Weapon Ultimate. I just saw your message now. And we're going on the B side, B shadow side, B. And we're moving out in a boot. I don't know why I keep getting hit by that. We're south at C.
I just don't freeze that anymore.
I'm usually pretty good about it, so I don't know what's going on. I've lost my touch, I think. One, 2, 3, 4. Back up. It's the problem when I haven't seriously rated this stuff and like we're clocks and dropping our shadows. And then we're moving in, we're stacking south. Watch your number. Ones, make sure you're out of the stack first. Then time up with a groupie. And you're just chilling there. So, 2's out, 1's in. 3's out, 2's in. Then everyone's stacked. We'll be crossing. And we cross. Quick's gonna be taking a buster here. Everyone south, just in case of stack. And then what we gonna have here? We have a stack marker. Woo. Okay. Next thing, we're gonna have those cleaves. So get ready for those clock cleaves. Tanks healers, you're first again. Tanks healers, you are going to be cleaving your right hand side, so counterclockwise. Santana, you want to be north. And then come on in. Oh, yeah. And then DPS, get ready. DPS, you are going to be cleaving your right side, so counterclockwise. You want to go north, Phoenix? North. And then come on in. Bit tight, so watch out. And then go to the corners, get ready to pop knockback. You can pop your knockback. Yep, so get ready to go with your group. That should be okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put mitigation and shield.
Your B or your C.
You're north.
Group 1's north.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get it.
Do not
Shit.
stack with me.
Didn't see the north orb, sorry.
It's fine.
Yep.
Nice.
We're gonna
Oh,
be
you got-
D.
you
It's
get
on
to-
D first, so it's gonna end A or C. It'll end A or C. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on C. Go line up to where you may be. It's up.
Okay, slow raising, send it.
Yep, that's all good. I'll shake this for you, mind.
Merci.
Yep. Yeah. So next thing's gonna happen here. You're gonna see squiggly lines on the arena. Just go to the squiggles, and then I'll call a spot. So get ready to go to squiggles. Go to the squiggles on the arena, and then we're going where you guys are. After these explosions go off, you want to rotate 90 degrees. So rotate 90 degrees, and then sit in these, and then we got a ray boy coming out. Cool. So we got 4 implosions. Make sure you are following the Dorito or you listen to the call. We're going to be on the shadow side, so we want to be at D. After D, we're crossing to B. So cross to B. After B, we're at A. After A, we're going to be at C. So get to C. Quick, quick, quick. Stuff. Alright. We're going to have a raid wide here. I don't have mitigation for this. You got it though, nice. And then we're gonna be moving out. So just make sure you're moving out. Boot in a boot. Really? Yeah. And then I'll be taking a buster. Stuff basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Vic is taking the cleave. So now I didn't explain this. Wait, go to your clock positions, and if you're a DPS, rotate clockwise 1 to your partner. So Zantana, you want to be over at D, and Phoenix, you want to be at D as well. F8, you want to be with me at C. I didn't see that. You need to go to. Yeah, this is gonna be spicy. I'll see what happens. This is okay, maybe. I think. I don't know. We're moving in. And then you want to rotate clockwise into the tower. No, it's it's okay. This is the second wall of the fight that I was talking about. So, I've got a question for you guys. Are there questions up to towers? Because if there are, feel free to ask. If there aren't, then...
Hey, why did you make me go to position B when I was already in position D?
No, you're on B.
We're on B.
Yeah, but initially I was on D.
Yeah, you're supposed to be on... Which part are you talking about, I guess? For those towers, or...?
Yeah, those 2 dots that appear on those spots there. On the floor.
Oh, yeah. So
Yeah,
those are towers. You were not at D.
Yep.
Just the rest of it. So I'll talk about towers. What'll happen is when towers come out, you're gonna want to be at your clock position. So basically, what'll happen is Vic is gonna be at A, mine will be at B, I'll be at C, and then you'll be at D, Zantana, right? Now,
You're right.
DP, yeah, you weren't at D, but that's okay. It's
Yeah, I was,
besides
and
the
then
point.
you told me to go to B.
No,
there's
No,
Yeah.
you weren't, but it's fine.
Am I
You were-
am I
yeah.
rotating up to A?
Are you 2 or
I'm at
1?
2. Yes.
You go to B. I'll talk about that
Okay.
next. So, for the DPS, what happens for you is you see how like the markers, you can think about this 2 ways. Either you go to your clock and then you just rotate clockwise into the tower with your partner, or you think of it like 3 and C are blue, so I go to blue, right? The blue tower, basically, right? So what that means is Aga would be going to A with Vic, and then Savi would be 2, who's going to B with Mind, and then Afrit would be 3, rotating clockwise to C with me, and then Phoenix would be 4, rotating clockwise to D, and with Santana, right? So after we're all in those tower positions, right, it's like a base point, because what'll happen is, you know, that whole clock box arena cleave thing that we did before? earlier on in the fight. What's gonna happen is, what you're gonna do is you will have the first set of people, either the tanks and healers or the DPS will get like those shadows behind you, and you're gonna cleave half the arena. So if you're the first set, what you want to do is you will have to move into the tower that your shadow is going to be cleaving out from. So for example, if I have it first or something like that, right? That means, and I'm cleaving my, I don't know, my left-hand side, and the shadows behind me like this, I would have to adjust north and kind of drop my shadow in that tower so it cleaves north, and then my partner switches, right? So instead of me and Afreet being partners, it would be me and Haga being partners. So you basically drop the shadow in the tower, you take the tower soak with your partner or your new partner, and you just step in for the box safe zone, right? Nothing too crazy there. And then after that, you and your new partner or your partner are just going to rotate clockwise into the next set of towers, right? So if I end up at A, I'll rotate to 2 with Haga, right? And then whoever's down at C is going to rotate to 4, right? And then D would rotate to 1, and then B would rotate to 3, right? So after you do that rotating, the other set of 4 people that didn't have the shadows are going to get marked for shadows, right? So now you want to be aware of what side you're cleaving and where you're going to be cleaving, because you cannot move, or you can, but you shouldn't move until the tower goes off to drop your shadow, right? Because otherwise you're gonna potentially cause some issues, but it's not a big deal. So to give you an idea on like the timeline on that, just to run it through real quick, you go into the mechanic, you're at your base point, right? So me and Afreet are down here, for example. The first set of shadows get assigned. Those people move to their new tower positions. The towers get soaked by both people. The cleaves go off. Everyone is moved in. You rotate clockwise to the next set of towers from where you're at. You soak those towers. Or sorry, the next set of shadows get assigned. You soak those towers. And the people that have those assigned shadows need to move to the position that they need to go to, right? So if that's across the arena, that's across the arena. So it's pretty important to understand the shadows for towers, but not a huge deal. The other thing with the towers is you can drop 2, but if you drop 3, everyone gets the party-wide doom. 2 is just a damage down. Or 1's a damage down, 2's a damage down. Basically, any mechanic that you fail in here is damage down. So there's that. Are there any questions on that? Okay. See it again and see where we get to. I'm gonna get it this time, Vic, okay? I'm getting my my vibe back, you know? I've been messing up too much, okay? I think it's because I was trying to double weave some shit that I shouldn't have been double weaving, you know? We're over at B side, at BBB, shadow side. And then we'll be moving oot and a boot. Fuck, I went in too early.
Uh-huh.
We're on the D side. D. Left side.
Misplaced my trust, I think.
Any buster on me? 1, 2, 3, 4. And cleave on Vic. Clocks, drop your shadows. Stack him south. Watch your numbers. Ones get out. 2's out, 1's in. 3's out, 2's in. Everyone stack up. Get ready to cross, I'll let you know. And go ahead and cross. Good stuff, awesome. Buster and Vic. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's gonna happen here? Let's see. There is a stack marker, so we stack up. Alright, so next thing is going to be those cleaves again. DPS here first. DPS, you are going to be cleaving your left-hand side, so clockwise. Other side, Hugga? I need... Yeah, you're perfect. Good job. No, Hugga, you were right. You were right. Everyone in? Yeah, it's okay though. Tank healers, get ready. You're cleaving left, clockwise. Nope, north Santana. Everyone come south a bit.
Yeah, get to 2, get to 2.
Okay, that's okay. So now go to the corners and get ready to be knocked back, or you can pop your knockback now. Alright. Go. What's gonna happen here is... You gonna call for group 1 or do you want me to? Group 1's over at D. Yeah, so wall orbs, boss is going to jump 4 times, starting at C, and it'll end either B or D, so that means you are north-south or north-south based on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on B. B. I think did I kill you, Vic? I don't know. It's okay. So I'm gonna shake for a buffer there, mine. Yep. So, next thing's coming up. We're going to the squiggly lines. Get ready to go to the squiggles. So we're at the squigglies. We're to the squigglies. And then we want to go to the shadow side. So everyone come over to 2. Other side, Phoenix. And then we rotate 90 degrees. Rotate 90. And then there's going to be a ray wide. Yeah. And then 4 implosions, so get ready to follow the Dorito, or you can listen to the calls. So opposite, so we're north at A. Make sure you're at A. After A, we're at B. So make sure you get over to B. After B, we're crossing to D. Get over to D. After D, we are at C. Make sure you're at C. Okay. Yep. Now we got a ray wide coming out here. Good job, by the way. And then I'll be taking a buster, but I'll end-ball it. We're moving out, sorry. Getting ahead of myself. Yep. And then there's
Go
going
with
to
the
be a
bitch
buster
down.
coming out.
Wow.
I didn't have full uptime though, so it's a sad day. 2, 3, 4. I can't believe this toxicity mine. There's a cleave on Vic. Now, everyone get to your clocks for the towers. To your clocks for the towers. DPS rotate clockwise for your tank or healer. So Ifrit, come to me. And then you're standing in the tower. Tank, or who's first here? DPS, you're first. You're going to be dropping these in the towers. DPS, you are going to be cleaving your left-hand side, so point those clockwise. Yes, go over north, Sebi, if you can make it. Come on in, everyone. Okay, we got one stack. And then we rotate clockwise into the towers. Clockwise in the next set. Tanks, healers, get ready. Yeah, perfect. And then... tanks, healers, you're cleaving your left-hand side, so clockwise. Perfect.
Oh,
I
fuck,
think.
I'm in the wrong spot.
Oh, fuck.
No.
What happened here? Oh, yeah, that's
Oh,
what
I
happened.
don't
Okay, it's fine. So get ready to drop these on the edge of the arena. Make sure you're not overlapping with somebody else. They're big AoEs, so there's actual positions for these, but we don't have to worry about them. Oh, that's spicy, Vic. So watch for your orb. I can call... These are knockback orbs, so you're going to want to pop knockbacks. Group 1 is over at 2.
I think I just said B, right?
We're at the shadow side. Come north at A. Come north. And then we're at B. Make sure you're over at B. Now we're going to just see a ton of shit. You can LB Minders Antenna if you want. We're going to just see a ton of shit. So this will be fun, you know. So what I want here is I need the tanks and healers to come north with me and the DPS to go south. So what's going to happen? We have some... Hugga go south.
Oh shit.
That did not break, I'm surprised. So we're gonna rotate to the squiggles. Rotate to the squiggles, and then wait for the explosion to go off. Watch for your orb, watch for where your group is going. I will call for the party. You want to rotate 90. Group 1 is going to D, group 2 is going to C. Rotate 90. And then after these go off, make sure you get to where you need to go.
I got mine.
Okay.
I see.
We got a raid Y coming up. I'll cover it.
Battle.
And then we are going to be moving out on this one. So we'll move out. We had to drop these in a particular spot, but doesn't matter too much. And then you would drop these in a particular spot, but we don't have everyone up, so it won't matter. And then we're going to be on the left-hand side, so south at C. You have to move 4 times. After C, you're moving to B. After B, you'll be moving to A. After A, you're moving to D. After D, you want to basically hop in the puddle that you dropped. So go hop in the puddle that you dropped. And then we're into the last mechanic. But we're going to die because we don't have everyone up.
Yeah, I got this.
I do uptime, by the way. Or sorry, not uptime. I do JP strat for mine and Vic.
Yeah.
And then... Okay. So, before we go on our 5-10 minute break, whatever.
Copy that.
What's up?
I said copy that for the break.
Yeah, we'll take a break in a moment here, but are there any questions?
On the last wall orbs, my group didn't get hit at the wall. Do you know?
I think
did you
somebody
happen to
stole an
have-
orb.
Okay.
Sure, but
I was alone at the second towers during Void Gate as well. Like when I
yeah, there were 3 people
open duty finder, and say leave duty. It'll have a button to leave duty.
Oh, okay. I knew about that button, but I didn't know if that's what the procedure was. So I can go repair. Oh, it's really foggy here.
Really foggy in real life.
Where are you?
Brazil.
Brazil. Oh.
Really nice being there.
Like time to raid.
Oh yes. There's 3 more hours later too.
Oh, it's really busy down here in La Minsa. A lot of people.
I don't even go there anymore. Because with G-shaded legs my PC out.
I just started to hang around here.
Oh, I am back.
Welcome back.
Welcome
Back.
back.
You guys have any snow there yet?
Nope. It's been actually pretty warm. It's kind of bad, honestly.
We're entering full summer mode down here, and I hate it.
Really? Do you guys have winter down there at all?
I do because I live in the very southern part of the country. For most people, it's just summer.
How
Yeah.
cold does it get during the winter?
Here where I live, it goes down to like, I will have no idea how much this is in Fahrenheit.
No,
Like,
Celsius. I'm used to Celsius.
so 5 to 6.
Oh, wow. Bikini weather.
It's in Brazil though, so
Yeah, I know.
Still a tropical country.
Yeah, well, if you're used to a warmer climate, 5, 6 Celsius is cold. I used to live in Tennessee, and it would get about that 5 or 6, and yeah, it's cold.
I wish we had more colder days.
want the fucking cold weather. I want to go skiing is what I want, you know. I've got the itch. It's November. There's no fucking snow. I don't know what this is, you know.
I want the warm weather again. I hate the cold.
I want. It's not freezing off, and I'm not here for it, you know.
Move to Inuvik. You'll get lots of cold there.
Not all year long. Fuck that.
That's too much cold.
Yeah.
Gotta plant a tree flame, help the environment.
Just realized the English to French Canadian ratio in this party is skewed.
What do you mean?
There's 2 French Canadians here, you know.
Oh, really? Who's the
Yeah.
other one?
Is that Tana?
Oh.
Oui.
Right?
Je parle français, mais I prefer English because my French really sucks. I haven't spoke French like in 30 years.
Lame, there's a third one.
Say what?
Oh fuck!
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Oh shit. Fuck the French! Coming out to you from Alberta, Canada, hell yeah!
Hey, yes.
I'm just a redneck.
As if
my
Alberta
home.
was better.
What's
my
that?
home.
As if Alberta was better.
It is better. Like, hello? It's got me. Like, come on, man. Jeez, you should know this shit.
I have to agree with Flame. Alberta is
Yeah,
better.
see, even 20 on the clock. Oh, fuck.
There's civil unrest between the French Canadians.
The constant battle. I already had to deal with Mind and Molly all fucking day, you know? Mine just came to Holland to harass me. That's all it was. Yeah. So we're going Shadow Side at B. B. Reviving at B. And then we're moving it in a boot. I'm getting it this time, mind, okay? Full uptime, perfect. We're on the D side, the D. How you tell, by the way, is what side he's raising. It's leading the Shadow Side. It's forgot I mentioned that, but that's how you tell. One, two, three.
Oh, what fuck? Wait. You shared me.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's a cleave on me. I murdered Vic. Like that sometimes.
Oh yes, let's go. Let's go.
I was ready,
Yeah.
mind, okay?
I'm not even
We're
French
in our
Canadian.
clocks,
Oh,
dropping our shadows, just default south tick. And then we'll be going to south. Back south. Ones get out. Twos get ready. Two's out, one's in. And then three's out, two's in. Then get ready to cross. This is gonna fucking suck. Oh, that's too early. Go dodge to the side, guys.
Wall or
I'm gonna. You'll see what's about to happen.
Tana. Oh.
yeah, I can press.
Just
something
yeah, just
evil.
wipe it. It's fine. That was a fucking clusterfuck. That's what happens when I brain lag and fucking shirk Vic early.
I took one in the face.
I got too busy fucking thinking about hey,
The
I
French
actually didn't
Canadians?
fuck up for once, you know.
yeah. Brazil was not stand for this act of aggression. Joining the French Canadians in their efforts.
20 on the clock. Yeah, Hojo, I murdered Vic, it's true.
Murder is dealt with capital punishment.
I wasn't really full, my bad. Apologize. We're on the shadow side. We're over at D. D. Get ready to move oot and a boot. An oot and
You watch too much South Park.
just me. We're over at A. Come over to A. I'll be taking a buster here. Fun fact, I have probably watched a total of maybe 6 actually. I haven't watched much. Leave one back. And then to your clocks, get ready to drop your shadows. No. Gotta put the fucking mark. Ugh. So watch your numbers. One's out. Two's get ready. Two's out, three's in, or two. Fuck, hits. Three's out, two's in. And then everyone stack up. We'll be crossing. Ready to cross. And we cross.
I'm gonna put the markers.
Got him? Okay, thank you. You got it wrong.
I tried to do things at the same
Yeah.
time.
Four. Okay, what do we got here? Think leave on me. Yeah, get ready to do the shadow shit. So, who's gonna be first? It's gonna be DPS. You're gonna be first. So DPS, you will be cleaving your right-hand side. So point those counterclockwise. Go south for it. You're on the wrong side. No. Sabi, come north. Okay, well, this
I had it right.
spicy.
I was
Come
going
south.
north and then
Everyone
you said
come south. Tank sealers, get ready. Cleaving left, point those clockwise. Everyone's in the right spot already. And then get ready to come in. Come in. Yeah. Get ready for the knockback. I wonder if we can get everyone up before then, but you can pop your knockback or go in the corner. So for reference, you're gonna get shot in the corner. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
Get ready for orbs. Group 1's over at D.
You guys are time
So
out.
we're So get ready for wall orbs. So it's starting on D, so it's going to end C or A. So it's our east-west priority bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's on A. Get to your A spot. And then get ready for a raid wide.
Battle out.
Yeah.
I get the timer.
No, I think you that that's just.
Yep, get ready to go to the squigglies. Get to the squigglies. Go into the squigglies. We're going south to 4. We're over 4. You guys are in the right spot already. After these go off, make sure you rotate 90. Rotate 90. Cool. And then get ready for that explosion dance. 4. We're north at A, so we're at A. And then we're going to D. After we're at D, we're going to C. So get to C. After C, we're just at D. Blast is what that is. So next thing, we're going to be taking a raid wide, and then we'll be moving out. Take the raid wide, and then make sure you move out. And then there's going to be a buster coming out on my forehead, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then Vic is going to be taking a cleave. So, next thing that's going to happen is everyone to your clocks, to your clock positions. And then DPS, rotate clockwise once with your partner. So with me, Ifrit. And then tanks healers, get ready to move. You're gonna have to adjust. Tanks healers, you are moving to clockwise. Go opposite Zantetta. Over to
Well, I went to clockwise, but somebody took my position.
no, you were in the wrong spot. And then we rotate the next tower. We're gonna die to towers, but we might be okay actually. And then we come in. I'm gonna shake for this. Go ahead, drop those. I didn't call it. It was right, but come in. Do we go ahead and mine LB? And then drop the puddles.
Shit. I'm in animation dark.
Watch for those puddles in the center.
Yeah, mine.
Group 1 is at
That was my fault.
sorry. That's okay.
I didn't pop my knockback in time.
So
Just trying to
I'm
get
gonna
res off.
talk about knockbacks here because we've been shot into walls a few times. Important, especially like arms length shirtcasts. They're not super important when it comes to extremes or stuff like that, but when it comes to savages, you need to be using them. If you're not going to be using them, you need to be sure that if you're with a stack group, you need to be sure that your stack group isn't using them. You have to be on the same page with that, otherwise you are going to die or you're going to kill people. So in particular with knockback orbs, pretty well all that happens with knockback orbs is you end up just killing yourself. So surecast if you're a caster or a healer, and then arm's length if you're a melee / tank / phys ranged. So those are pretty important skills to have. They last about 6 seconds, so 6 seconds before the cast goes off, that's when you really want to pop it. A bit before, but that skill kind of gets weird with techie server ticks when you get closer to the end of the cast. So that's something to note, really. It's not a huge deal, but something to be aware of at least. I'm gonna talk about the towers again really quick. Just because, what was it? We had like a few pulls ago, we had like 3 people down at 3 towers, but it's not a big deal. So just as a note, if you're like first set of people, you want to just go to whatever towers at, really, right? I don't know if whoever was on B ended up going south to C. I assume you did, but I didn't see, so it's not a big deal. But if your arrow is pointing north and south, you're either going to be on D or you're going to be on B. This is the same for like the standard arrow pointing one as well. And if your arrow is pointing east to west, you're either going to be on A or C. It just kind of depends on what side you're cleaving. Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. So you kind of go off those cleaves, right? It's fine. Then you rotate clockwise into the next set of towers. So like basically, I'm not doing that justice. Wherever you end up, if you end up crossing over to like B or something like that, if I'm at C and I cross over to B, after that tower gets dropped, we move in for that safe zone, right? And then instead of me going to 4, being my quote-unquote normal position, I would just come down to 3. So it's kind of just the least amount of movement that you need to do, that's what you do. That's how you kind of avoid confusion on that mechanic. So that's kind of the gist of that. Towers are kind of ass just because you have to think about a few things when they're going on. Namely, those shadows. Those are ass, but like it took us ages to learn. I think when this raid first came out, we were frogging the fight for. I think we took like 9 hours or something on it initially, and a lot of that was just like clean up and stuff like that. But it's a pain in the ass. Wall orbs suck. Wall orbs we were on for a while, and then yeah, but towers are brutal too. But are there any questions? Yep. We'll put 20 on the clock then. I don't want to hear it, Cal. Like you're being toxic, okay? Alex like fucking Flame likes to pop quiz callouts sometimes to see if you know what you're doing, you know? I would never do that. Definitely didn't go silent for a pull on my static during UCOB. Just to see what would happen, you know?
Do those usually go well?
Shadow side at D, what's that mine?
Doesn't usually go well.
Alright.
God, that's
We're
not
moving
funny.
out. Hey. Shay asked for it, so I was just, okay. Do it then, we're south at sea. What do you mean, revenge for yesterday? I don't know what you're talking about. Back up. Killing off NPCs, I don't know what you mean. We're moving down our clock positions, get ready to drop shadows. And then stack south, watch your numbers. Ones, make sure you're out first. Twos, get ready. And then threes. Two's out, one's in. Threes out, two's in. And everyone stack up. Get ready to cross.
Don't get this.
Cross. I think you just died to damage. And there's going to be a buster on Vic. 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave on me. Get ready for the shadowy breeze. DPS, you're first. DPS, you're going to be cleaving your right hand side. So point those counterclockwise. Yep, perfect, good job. Then everyone come on in. And tanks healers, get ready. Tanks healers, you are going to be cleaving your right hand side. So point those counterclockwise. Yeah, perfect. And then we come on in. And go to the corners, you can pop your knockback. Don't get shot into the corner, make sure you're close.
I hate that when you say that, go to your corners, because then I go to the corner, I get fucked.
So
My
group
mistake,
1
my
is on
mistake.
D. It's all good. You should be okay, yeah. Thank God for the echo. So we're starting at C. So the boss is gonna end D or B. So it's north-south. No, north-south position. 1, 2, 3, 4, D. Your guys are too north.
Oh, sorry.
You got lucky.
Isn't that
I got savvy.
Oh,
Got
nice.
Ray Boy coming out. I'll buffer it.
Yep.
We're going to Squigglies. We're going opposite, so down where you guys all are at. And after this goes off, you rotate 90, rotate 90. Toxic card. Get ready for the explosions. We're going to be on the shadow side at B. After B, we're at A. After A, we're going to be at D. C. We'll get down to C, and then we'll be at D. D. Yep. Array wide. We'll be moving out and a boot. We're moving out and a boot. Me. 1, 4. Back up. Yeah. Now go to your clock positions. DPS, rotate clockwise into the tower. Yeah, perfect. Now, who's gonna get first? Get ready to drop these shadows. Ready? DPS, you're dropping the shadows. DPS, you're cleaving the left-hand side, so point those clockwise. Get over to D, free, yeah, perfect. And then after these go off, go in, you move in. And then from where you were, rotate clockwise into those towers. I'll just adjust, it's fine. You are cleaving your right tanks and healers, so point those counterclockwise. You're all right in the right spots, Antenna. You're fine. And come on in. Good stuff. Get ready to drop these on the edge of the arena. I'm going to talk about these drop locations. So drop these on the edge of the arena. And then get ready for knockback orbs, so be ready to pop Surecast arms length. Group 1, you are going to be going to 1. We're going over to B, get over to B. After B, we're down at C.
So,
Then we got a raid wide. And I'll need the tanks healers north and the DPS I want south.
I got the free.
Give you a bit of health here. Tanks healers north, DPS south, make sure you're there. Wasn't right. So get to the squigglies. I'll call for group 1. Get to the squigglies. After these go off, you want to rotate 90, then go to the safe zone. So group 1, you are going to be going to A is where group 1's going. Got Ray wide. Try to get mined and hug up if you can. So we'll be moving out now. We're moving out and about. Fuck, I'm on the wrong side. And then we're gonna be wanting to drop our puddles. I'm gonna talk about positions after this. Got here a few times now. And then we're gonna be on the left-hand side, so we want to be south at C. After C, we're moving to D. After D, we're moving to A. After A, we're moving to B. And then you want to go hop in your puddle, pick it up. If you watch the video, then you know, but it's gonna be bad stuff because of how things were dropped. But so I'll talk about those puddles. First up, before I talk about puddles, are there questions on up to that mechanic, outside puddles?
Yeah, how'd we die? When we did the second wall orbs. I think me and the white mage died. I was with my healer.
Well, somebody took a tank orb, and somebody took a stack orb. So I think somebody was just way too close, and you probably got clipped, or you took it, or something like that. I don't know, because I know group 1 didn't get their orb either, from what it looked like. Also, by the way, for groups, make sure you're not too close to the other person, because if those orbs weren't intercepted, we were dying. Group 1 and me, because it would have been, we were really fucking close. You pretty well want to like take a look at your orb and just line up with it. If you're too far off to the left or right, you are risking somebody else taking it or taking somebody else's. So
I'll work on it.
So I'm gonna talk about the puddles. So when you see that like pitch bog cast going off, you're gonna get those puddles on you, right? So you have that big purple shit on your screen. Now, how we handle this is if you watch the video that I posted in Generated Strats, you can kind of get an idea. If not, then I'll just explain it. You basically go from your clock position and you just slide back a bit. So for instance, with me, I'm down at C during that. So I'm down at C, and then what I'll be doing is I will take my puddle to the edge right about here-ish, right? Between 4 and C, right? So we end up having orbs around the arena looking like this. So C would come here, right? 3 would end up dropping their puddle here. 4 would drop their puddle between D and 4. D puddle between 1 and D. 1 would drop their puddle between 1 and A, right? A would drop their puddle between A and 2. 2 would drop their puddle between 2 and B. B would drop their puddle between 3. So you end up dropping your puddles out like that. So basically, if Ifrit would come over to here, drop their puddle here, right? I would drop my puddle here. Phoenix would come over here, drop their puddle at 4. Zantana would just go slightly clockwise as well, go a bit to the back and drop their puddle basically where D would be. And then Haga would be dropping at 1 essentially, between 1 and A. And Vic is dropping between A and 2, and then 2 would be dropping between 2 and B would be dropping between B and 3, just on the edge of the arena. The reason we do this, particularly for wall orbs, or sorry, not wall orbs, knockback orbs, just talking from the knockback orb perspective first, is we end up kind of making like a lane here in case if somebody gets shot back, you're not dying to a puddle. You're just gonna get, or sorry, you're not gonna die to the puddle. You're not picking up a puddle. You're just getting hit by the stack or whatever. So if a tank fucks up, then they just get shot back into the orb instead, getting shot back into like a puddle and getting cleaved or anything like that, right? Those puddle positions are extremely important for the mechanic that we've seen a couple times now. So just to quickly go over, are there any questions on where people are dropping the puddles?
Nope.
Yep. Perfect. So what's gonna happen is we drop our puddles, right? So I drop my puddle over here, right? Doing my thing. Drop my puddle, and then we come in for the 4 cleaves. So it's going to be cleaving its right or its left. We just dance around it, make sure you don't die. If anyone dies during that phase, it's pretty well going to be a wipe, but it should be okay. So we drop the puddles. We do our 4 dances, right? And then after the 4 cleaves are done, you want to make your way to the puddle that you dropped, and you want to jump into the puddle. Now, after you jump into the puddle, excuse me, you want to go to the tower that is on the intercardinal closest to you, right? So, for instance, what that means is, since I'm dropping here, I would be walking over to 4 and standing slightly in front of the 4 tower, facing the boss. Now, Phoenix would also be basically Vic in this situation. Phoenix would go to their puddle, pick up their shadow, and they would come to the same spot as me because their closest intercardinal is 4, right? So, me and Phoenix are at 4, and we get ready to bait our shadows in the towers. Once we see those shadows go inside the towers, what we end up doing is we rotate clockwise into the basically the D tower, right? So the next color tower in the set, and we take that tower as a pair, and then we don't really have to worry about too much. The hardest part about this mechanic is the first set of towers, because what you're doing essentially is there's 8 sets of towers that have a 2 stack in each. Now the shadows count as people, so you're essentially stacking in a tower, or you're stacking 2 shadows in the corner towers, so they take those separately, and then you stack with a partner, right? So that's kind of the base movement is like, you do your dance, you hop in your puddle, right? You come over to your intercardinal tower, you bait your shadow into the tower. After you see the shadow teleport into the tower, you want to rotate clockwise into the inner tower. I'm not going to go closer because I'll pull. But yeah. So you rotate clockwise into the inner. You take that tower. You're going to get like this this big AoE underneath you. Don't panic. You can just chill there. After that AoE is placed on the ground, you just rotate clockwise again. So basically, Phoenix and I would rotate clockwise into the 1 tower and get ready to take that tower. Now, at that point, just basically avoid the puddles. That's the real important thing in that point. The important thing with that, though, is when you rotate clockwise, I'll be having... I haven't decided if I'm going to make the DPS adjust or the tanks and healers adjust. But it's going to be like a proximity tether. So if you get a tether, you basically want to move to the person. I'm going to have tanks healers adjust. I'm going to have the tanks and healers move to their DPS partner, right? So you'll see a tether spawn. If you're already in the same tower as who you're tethered to, you're fine. You don't have to move. If you're across, you want to move to that person, that DPS, because that'll resolve the mechanic essentially. So just to talk about where people are going for that first little tower, it's pretty well going to be me and Phoenix bait down south, or sorry, we bait our puddles down, we get our shadows, we go to 4, right? Then we go to, like, after that goes off, we go into D. Zantana and Hugga, you'd be baiting your shadows at 1, and then you would go over to A after your shadows are in tower. Vic and Savi, you would be at 1 or 2. You would be going to 2 to bait your shadows. After that goes off, you go over to B. And then when the last set is Mind and Afreet, so you two would bait over Afreet. You'd be basically here, right? You pick up your puddle and you come over to here and bait your shadow into this tower, and then you guys rotate over to C after your shadow's in the tower. Fuck me, my voice is just gone after a lot of talking and a lot of doing, but there's a lot. This is the hardest mechanic in the fight. Don't understand, it's okay. We'll just go again. Are there any clarifying questions I can take? Maybe we even just kill it before that mechanic, then we don't have to deal with it, you know. That's ideal,
right.
really.
Oh fuck, my bad.
The fucking mind. I was ready to blame Vic for that.
It was my
What?
bad.
Oh fuck.
What the fuck?
I'm fucking up voices. Vic. God damn it. I'm fucked. I don't know what's happening anymore. Fuck. I'm just jacked. I don't know what's happening anymore. We're on the shadow side. We're down at C.
Are you drinking or?
No, I wish I
talking?
was drinking. Like fuck.
I even admitted it.
We're moving out. Hey.
Before you said anything. Oh wait, fuck.
We're on the C side.
Oh yeah, that's.
If we were to die here, it wouldn't be the worst. You know, I've disappointed myself. Wait one, Vic. I need coffee after this. Is what I need.
I need a beer after this.
Dealing with me for fucking 2 hours, it's pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Go to your clocks, drop your shadows. And then stack south. Watch your numbers. Oh my god. Ones are out. Two's out. And then
Why
three's
do I
out.
always die here?
You were stacking the group, but with 1 is what it looked like. Get right across. You need to be pretty far out of that stack, otherwise you will get leave.
Back.
Move.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna get you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, excuse me. Stack up.
Of course, the stack.
I got shake. That's fine. Yep. So the shadowy boys. DPS, you're first. DPS, you will be cleaving your right-hand side, so counterclockwise. Yep, you guys are right on the money. And then we come on in. Tanks healers, get ready. Tanks healers, you are going to be cleaving your right-hand side, so counterclockwise. Everyone's in the right spot. Perfect. Good job. And we come on in. Alright, so the knockback's coming out next, so get close to the boss, pop your knockback, get in the boss's corner, I guess. Now watch for your groups. I will call for group 1. Group 1 is going to A. Yeah. So, this is wall orbs. We're starting at A, so it's going to end B or D. It'll end B or D. This is our north-south positions. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at B. B, B, B. Take this. Go to your squiggly. We're going to the squiggle.
I'll get.
To the squiggly. We're at the squiggly. We're going opposite. Come over to 2, everyone. Up to 2. And then rotate 90. After we're rotated 90, we're vibing. We're having what you would call a gooder. Oh fucking yeah, let's go. Yeah. I'll heal mine.
I've never seen of that.
And then we're over south at C. After C, we're going up to A. Get up to A. After A, we're at D. After D, we're going over to B. Get to B, 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 B. Yep. We got a raid wide coming out here. And then we have, we're moving oot and a boot. Moving oot and a boot. Where? Why boot? Fucking damage down, I'm being dumb. Bust around me. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you are stacking up. And then everyone to your clock positions. DPS rotate clockwise into the towers. Now, so, get ready for the towers, the first set. The DPS, you're going to be adjusting first. DPS, you are going to be going to your cleaving right-hand side, so counterclockwise. Get to the counterclockwise spot. Perfect. When these go off, move in. Everyone move in. And then rotate 90 degrees into the next tower. We're getting to the tower, Vic. Tanks healers, you're cleaving right hand side. After this goes off, get to your spot. No.
Yeah, I screwed up.
Just gonna do this, but so drop the puddles where we talked about. So between your letter and your number, drop your puddle. Right on the edge. Perfect, good stuff, guys. You can be closer if you. Get ready for orbs. Get ready to pop your knockback. I'll let you know when you need to pop knockback. Group 1 is going to 4. I think. We're opposite. We're going to B. Over at B. After B, we're down at C.
Okay, there you go.
Down at C.
That's low res.
That's low res. Can I get tanks and healers north and DPS south? Tanks, healers north, DPS south. North and DPS south. After these, watch for, fuck me. Get to the squigglies. Do the squigglies. Once you're at the squiggly, I'll call for group 1. We'll be rotating 90 degrees. Group 1 is going to A. Rotate 90. And then get ready to go to your spot. Group 1 is going to A. I think you were the only one in group 1 alive. So we got a raid wide here. Get ready to go drop your puddles where we talked about again. That's coming out next. What? So get ready to move out. Everyone move out. Move out. And then go drop your puddle. Drop your puddle in your spot. Somebody's missing at D and 4. Gonna be center. That's bad. And then we're on the, yeah, that'll just be bad. We're at A, D, and then A. After A, we're down at C, and then after C, we're over at B.
Oh.
Oops.
We don't.
I know the feeling.
Hope so.
Like, my best.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Can we live mine? The Doom be killing us. There it goes. Died of a heart attack. Bad days. Okay. Let me think here. So I will talk a little bit about stuff. After that mechanic, you have another set of knockback orbs. And after knockback orbs, the fight's over. Pretty well. Sorry, there's another tank buster, but going too far from the boss. Yeah, you kind of have to stay tight. It's a lot of spacing and pre-positioning. It's a lot of like fight learning and stuff. A lot of for the people that are new to Savage raiding. Savage raiding is actually really any raiding in Final Fantasy. It's a lot like a dance, right? So you're going to be doing a similar thing each time, right? And it's just like you kind of just have to get used to where you're going, kind of thing, and just kind of like focus on where things have to be. But everyone did pretty good today. For a bunch of your first time in here, I think we had what, like 4 new people in here, so really good shit. If we had cleared that mechanic, or if we had a bit less deaths going up to that boss or that final mechanic, we potentially could have cleared, but it's not a big deal. You guys did good today. So I'll just kind of brush over a couple things. If you have any class questions or any general raid questions, feel free to shoot them my way. If I can't answer them for you, I know somebody that will be able to answer them for you, and I don't mind getting you in touch with them. Mind and Vic here are pretty good at that shit too. So yeah, if you have any questions on that or raids in general, shit like that, let me know. Now I'm gonna go into my shilling ad time. So I'm not getting paid for this, but just as a note. Donate to the FC Lotto. It's a good time. Get some, potentially win some gil, you know. Get a gold member. A gold member gets you some good shit at the cafe. Cafe's still tonight, right, Hugga?
Yeah.
So cafe's tonight at 10 Central. So you can.
FC meeting tonight as well.
Yeah, I was getting there. Don't worry, I was getting there.
Sorry.
So 10 Central, you can come by the cafe, get your raid food. There's a movie tonight. I don't know who's hosting. I don't know what they're watching, but that's right after cafe. And then the FC meeting weekend is tonight. So that's gonna be live on the Sword Twitch at
9 Eastern.
9 Eastern, 7 Central. No, sorry, 8 Central. 7 o'clock best time, aka Mountain Time Zone. I've already decided I'm going to post in Mountain Time Zone just so people are confused as fuck next raid tier. Cause and it's my time zone, best time zone, 6 Pacific. So
How about Newfoundland zone?
yeah, fuck that. That time zone, we don't talk about that time zone. Weird ass fucking half-hour jump. So yeah, that's what's going on. If you have I don't think we have anyone that hosts parties in here, so no plugs. So yeah, thanks for coming out. I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you guys for watching. Whoever is watching, have a good.